Welcome to Devotional Daily. Today is April 24. Our title is Name Above All Names. That at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow, of those in heaven and of those on earth, and of those under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Philippians 2:10 and 11. In his book, The Case for Christ, Lee Strobel, a former agnostic investigative journalist from Chicago turned Christian, recounts an interview with Charles Templeton. In the past, Templeton had been a Christian minister and a close friend of Billy Graham. However, Templeton began to harbor doubts about the Bible and even the existence of God. He shared these doubts with the then young evangelist Billy Graham, who struggled to save his friend from unbelief, but to no avail. Their paths eventually diverged. Now, decades later, in the interview, Strobel was discussing some critical points with the aged Templeton, who presented his best arguments against the existence of God. But then, suddenly, Strobel shifts the direction of the dialogue and asks the unexpected question, "So what do you think of Jesus?" The interviewee's voice softened and took a melancholic tone. Templeton let his guard down, as though speaking of an old and dear friend. He was the greatest human being who ever lived, unique, the wisest person I have ever met in my life or in my readings. What could one say about him except that he was the greatest expression of greatness? He cared for the weak. He had the highest moral standard, with no duplicity. Simply the greatest compassion that anyone in history could ever manifest. There are other extraordinary people, but Jesus is Jesus. Strobel says that the old atheist's voice became choked up as he added, "It may sound strange, but I have to say, I adore him. Everything good, everything decent, everything pure I learned from Jesus." And with teary eyes, the old contrarian of the cross confesses, "I miss him." After more than half a century trying to convince himself and others that the Christian faith makes no sense, Templeton could not escape the influence and impact of Jesus Christ. The mere mention of his name brought back associations and memories that had long been buried. Christ, name of worth. Christ, strong Redeemer. Jesus Christ, a name like no other.